Do you think that masks work?
Masks?
Yeah.
Well,
You're
I
a
can't
doctor.
I can't say no, never.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing now is useless
Yeah.
and dangerous. I think there's good studies to show that if you're measuring, if you put a mask on and start measuring the oxygen content of what's in your mouth and the CO2 goes up, oxygen goes down. And today we reported on the program of masked people make them sick. The dentists are inundated now with people coming in because gums are getting worse and they have mouth odors and they're looking for what's going on here. I think it's a disease part of the mask, but I don't think for a minute. I believe that the Swedes had it right, the Danish have it right, and some of those European countries have it. I think South Dakota has it right, and they're accepting a more natural way, natural immunity and herd immunity. It's real, and once they try to string this out and flatten the curve, they don't change anything. But it is, most people say, oh, you don't think people are sick. No, I think they're very sick. That's why we ought to have better medical care for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, we put them on respirators as soon as we can. Yeah, it turns out respirators weren't the best thing to do it. Well, yeah, we have sick people here. What do we do? Well, we'll force them into a nursing home where everybody dies. I mean, it's all government mismanaged. I've talked a lot about this since this came up because we know about separation of church and state. And of course, we had good libertarians said we should have separation of church and school. And I think we should have separation of medicine and the state. They shouldn't be in the practice of medicine. This whole thing that they can make these dictations and tell people what to do. Yeah. I've worn a lot of masks, temporarily when I'm doing surgery and all. But this whole idea of making kids wear those masks, and it's really, and today we cited an example of one, I think she was in Tennessee, like a board member of a city, and she said, anybody that wears a mask should be charged with murder, or attempted murder. And then you wonder what
does or doesn't.
No. If they don't, if they don't wear it, they're potential murderers, and they should be arrested for that. And that's why there's a lot of violence breaking out now. You mix that up with a person that's into it because of Black Lives Matter and Marxism. Boy, this is great stuff for them. But that's all completely wrong. I think that a libertarian approach to this would be quite a bit different, but some people would use a mask. I had a daughter not too long ago who was very ill, intensive care and all, and she didn't have a good immune system. I wore a mask. I mean, it isn't the wearing of the mask. It's the universal force of doing things by people who don't know what they're doing, and first, do no harm. But what they're doing is, first thing we do is do more harm so we have more things to do.
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very bad. I think that fortunately it looks like it's bygone, but they've already warned us. There'll be a new virus next year.